Hello and welcome to the channel. So we've got a Marshall 12 Reverb. These were very popular amps when they came out. Bought this one off eBay, quite old now. So let's just have a bit of a look. So we've got just one input: gain, volume, treble, middle, bass, reverb. Got a line out and a headphone on there. Just turn it round. Got an IEC on there and that's it. And we see we've got a Celestion G10D25 16 ohms in there. Right, I'll switch it on. So the description on this said that it runs occasionally and then switches off. Let's get a lead into it. Just put this in for the easiest and quickest. Put the gen on it. Turn the flatten the EQ off. So it looks like we've just got a data control there. Right, let's get it out its case and investigate it. So it shouldn't be too difficult to get this apart, should it? Always fancied the idea of building a little tube amp into one of these, although we're not going to do that with this one. So I think we just need to clean the controls. And I think, you know, that might just be it. That's all we need for this one. Well, that should be like that, or it's actually got bent. I don't know. It works okay though, so we're not too concerned. Right, we'll clean the pots on it. Right, we'll clean the pots then. So we'll just spritz in there. Tuck that a bit more under there. I just put that in because it blows out all over the board. There we go. Right, let's plug it in again and see what we've got. Let's just pop this fuse out and just check what it should be. What should it be? 240 volts, 160 milliamps it should be. Let's pop him out and see what he is. I'll need some bigger glasses for that. I'll dispense with the Elton John joke. It's getting a bit thin now. Let's have a look. 160 milliamps. That's fine, that's done. Right, so I think this is a little bit more than the pots. So a couple of things going on. Look at those two resistors there, they're baking. They are R36 and R35 are extremely hot, and obviously there's an excessive amount of current going on there. Transformers only lukewarm, but look at this. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but I think we're going to have the board out and we do some testing first. So that's either a dry joint somewhere, or, but look how we're turning this. I'd have to say, I wonder if one of these op amps is gone a bit swagey. because there's only the volume does it and the treble does it. But the treble only does it when the volume's up. So very strange. The treble does it when it's down, but it's, yeah, it's not, there's something not quite right there. So I think we'll do some tests. We'll have the board out. We'll find out what's going on with those resistors there. See if we can get a schematic for it as well. We can sort it out. But something's not quite right. Is any of these chips warm? No. I think they're the bias resistors. Might be guessing. Maybe without a schematic. I'm just speculating. But I can smell those resistors burning. So there is a problem with this, no doubt about it. Definitely a problem. Right, I've just done the maths on R36 and R35 there. I've marked them in red, and they are quarter watt resistors and they've got half a watt going across them, so we've got excessive current somewhere being drawn. They're 220 ohms and they are there looking very singed. So something is drawing excessive current. Now if we look on here, we've got some voltages but not many. So we've got 15 volts here, and there's R35 on that rail there. Probably can't see very well, but there. So I'm guessing, so let's just see. C21 ZD2 ZD1 Xenodiode 1. Where's Xenodiode 2? Is that 2 or have I misread it? ZD2 ZD4, sorry, ZD3 ZD2 is over in that corner. That also looks like there's been a bit of heat going on over there as well. So let's switch on. We've got 15 volts across there, so that's correct. Right, the one next to it, and that seems correct as well. Nine across there, ZD1. Some guy online said this is a bit of a weird schematic. I think he's right. Stuff is all over the place. Right, so I've had this amp on a bit. These caps are red hot here. You can see there's a lot of heat around this board, around these Xenodiodes. I bet they're certainly not a deal of cop if they get that hot regularly. So that's the first thing. Those capacitors there. Right, we've got this all finished. To just show you a bit, so we've changed these resistors that were a bit burnt on there, and I've upped them to 1 watt, and I've changed, you just about see under there, I've changed a couple of capacitors and lifted the changed the Zenas, or changed one of them that was blown, and
lifted it off the board, lifted the other one off the board. So we changed a couple of these chips, which weren't the problem, and I actually got waylaid with this one because I actually changed two of the parts and they were damaged, those parts. It kind of, the way that they were working at the time kind of suggested that there was an additional fault that was causing it, but in actual fact I got caught out there. It was just the parts. Having said that, when I did change this first chip, they did seem to work better, but both of those parts were tainted, so got caught out there thinking it was something else. And sometimes you just look too far into it. It just turned out simply both parts were broken, so it's probably had a whack at some time on the front. But anyway, it's all good now, so we'll put it together and we'll have a listen. Right, we'll have a listen to this Marshall. Very bright and glassy. Got all the treble off now. Big reverb, a bit harsh though. It is only a practice amp. Let's give it a bit of a crank, because they've got pretty hefty distortion on these amps.
sound half bad really. You know, for the time when these came out, they were really, really, you know, sought after practice amps, and still a lot of people like them. Still a great sounding amp really. I mean, you know, just for that overdriven sound, a bit glassy on the clean sound, but the overdriven sound on that is pretty damn good for a solid state amp. A little bit boxy would be great on the 4x12. I think they actually did some heads of these, didn't they? And they were really good. They were. You could bang them on the 4x12. It's just a little bit boxy. I don't think you can shift that with a. You can't really shift it with a mid. Fairly tight distortion sound, so not a bad little thing. We've sorted it out. It's be a good practice amp for somebody starting out. So that'll do it for this one. So thanks for watching. You all take care, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye for now.